Hey everybody, this is Dawn Burke and you are watching Saba's Talent vlog. A vlog is like a blog except it's on video. Who knew? So I am Dawn Burke and I'm the founder of Dawn Burke HR. And today we're going to do a follow-up session from our last talent vlog, which is on the topic of HR reskilling. Well, last time we talked about the need the HR profession has to learn some new skills in the modern workforce. Today we're going to talk about how do we find the time to do it? Whenever I talk about this subject, the first question that people say to me is, well, yeah, that sounds great, but where do I find the time? Well, today I'm just going to give you a few basics to focus on. Got to stick to the basics to help you carve out some time for yourself and have a win-win as far as developing some new skills. Okay, gang, tip number one, you need to get crystal clear on the one thing you want to focus on reskilling. Not the top 10 things, not the 5 things, not the magic list of 3. You want to focus on the one and only thing you want to reskill on now. What is that priority item? The reality is if you don't get crystal clear on the one thing, then anything that comes across your desk, whether it's something from SHRM or Saba or a cool thing you see on Facebook or some sort of social media post, anything that seems interesting to you, you might jump into. And then you're going to realize 3 months later you haven't really learned or moved the needle in any way. If you are time crunched, and you are, please, I beg you, just pick out one thing that you can focus on and then really dive in deep. Tip number 2, you need to find a learning advocate. All right, you need an advocate. You need somebody who's going to back you up when you say, guys, I really need to reschedule this meeting because I'm going to a personal development session. Now, your advocate probably should be whoever you report to. All right, that means you need to go to them with that one thing that you clearly know that you need to reskill. You need to be able to tell them why it's important you learn that skill, and you need to go for the ask. Say, listen, this is going to be something that I think is going to move the needle in these ways. Can you advocate for me when I have to commit and sometimes prioritize that over a few other tasks that I'm working on? Get that advocate, and I think your life's going to be much, much easier. Tip number 3, my friends, you're going to hate this word, but you got to find an accountability partner. Period. Point blank. If you're not held accountable, it's going to be too easy to say, I don't have time. It's going to be too easy to go ahead and put it on the back burner. We have been putting our own development on the back burner for years. That's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. This is why a lot of leaders, it's interesting how leaders usually forget or don't think they need or just don't have the time to focus on their own development. So we've already stated you need that advocate. Well, perhaps that advocate could also be your accountability partner. Or tell your team, tell a peer. Let the people closest to you in your work world know, I really need to reskill in this area. And I really, really need for you to A, support me, but also make sure that I'm sticking to my resolution. And the last tip is probably the most important one. And that's you must get out of your own way and quit believing a false myth. The myth being there's not enough time. Frankly, that's an excuse. You find enough time for everything else. You find enough time to get your tactical work done, your strategic work done. You find the time to do the things that you didn't plan for, like there's an employee relations issue or something that has happened that requires your attention now. You're getting all those things done and you're time crunched. You cannot tell me that you cannot dedicate some time or reprioritize your time to allow for a little bit of professional development. You can. The more you say you can't, it's going to be self-fulfilling. There's an author named Anne-Marie Slaughter. Google her. She's a fantastic person, and she wrote an article for The Atlantic. And she talked about how she had to create islands of downtime within her own kind of ecosystem she too was time crunched. So she had to find little pockets, little islands, whether it's 10 minutes here, 30 minutes here, to be able to do things that were important to her at that time. And right now, there are so many micro-learning sites. There are so many ways to get quick hits of information on a variety of different topics that there is no more excuses. So get out of your way. For once, bet on yourself.